for me. Blood in my dog and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life away. I put a hole in a nigga for.
What's up, YouTube? Just wanted to do a video. It's been a few weeks since the Pat's Acres testing day. Kind of update you on what I got going on at the house, as well as what's going on with PARC. Got the ecotec car ready to go for the Villains VIP event. That's next weekend in Walla Walla at VillainsSportsland. Got the RV car ready to go. Doesn't really need anything at this point besides paint job and possibly a new owner. I was kind of conflicted with it. Tossed around the idea of leaving the ecotec car at Villains for the year, since we only have a single car trailer, so Jessica wouldn't have to drive back and forth. And I probably will just sell that car and not really justify having two of my own drift cars. So yeah, technically that car is available. It's on Marketplace. Feel free to search Portland Marketplace and check it out. It's a great car. The RB is screaming. Oscar's got the Link ECU nicely tuned. It runs fantastic, and I pretty much went through everything with either new parts or replaced anything that needed to be replaced on this car from the ground up. So it is ready to hit the track, street drive it, whatever. As you can tell, I got a new lift. I got rid of the 4-post lift a while back and just never really pulled the trigger on a 2-post because the 2-post with the overhead bar, they're kind of expensive nowadays. You can buy one with the connector on the bottom, but if you're doing a transmission pull and you got a transmission jack rolling around on the floor, it's not very convenient. So I did scoop this 2-post lift. I was able to get it mounted, and with a lot of TLC, I did finally get it working. So that's kind of nice. A couple days later now, figured I'd finish the current shop house tour and let you guys know what's going on with all the vehicles we got laying around and stuff. So I ended up having to put the ecotec car on the lift to fix a few things and get it ready for the Villains event next weekend. Here is all my toolboxes. They used to be over here, but I wanted to be able to walk around the lift to work on the cars. So I moved all those to this wall. I still need to get a racking system. These are all the drift spares and new tires and stuff for the next couple of events. As you know, we run GMRs on most of our vehicles. Jessica's convertible came with RPF 1s, and it's a real good look for this car. So we went ahead and just kept those. But you can see I have the new GMR 5 spokes on the RB car. But for drifting, I've been on the hunt for some real cheap deep dish wheels to use as spares to go with the deep dish look that's already on my car. If you remember, on the last Mark II that we had, I had those black deep dish wheels. They're super cheap. So I do have another set of those guys. I got a set on the Mark II right now, and I have 2 extras for drift spares. And then I also got a set of them in silver. So I figured those would probably look better on this to kind of go with the chrome theme. So yeah, that's what this pile of shit is. New tires, spare wheels, shop couches that I need to sell because we don't use them. They just take up space. Welder that I use for pretty much everything. And then these stairs go up to the loft, which is where I keep a lot of our family decorations, camping stuff, car parts. Usually it's full of Nissan Skyline R34 parts. So when those cars show up, I pretty much already have everything to do the conversion. Stuff I need to put away. Kai's dirt bike. This whole side of the shop I have sectioned off underneath the loft. And it's basically my gym, which I use a few days a week and Jessica uses a few days a week. Oh. And I'm currently used for storage because I was too lazy to carry these upstairs. So these are the brand new B&R 34 rear quarter panels that nobody can get right now. I need to put those upstairs. Also got Kai's go-kart in here with some doors on it. And then this is my makeshift paint booth. You can see I got air intake. And then up there is another intake from outside and an exhaust that actually has a fan going outside. And here's Kai's Corolla. I do need to get this painted and into the main shop with the body kit and everything on, so it's actually looking good. I do have a lot of parts for this car. And I also have his motor already bolted in. So this thing should be pretty fun when we get it done. Moving outside, we got a race car trailer that we use for the four-wheelers and stuff too. Pile of junk tires. Basketball hoop. And here's the Mark II. Oh, work vehicle, because I'm a roofer. But here's the Mark II that we got a couple weeks ago from the port, straight from Japan. As you can see, I already put a set of coilovers on and a set of those black deep dish wheels. But overall, this car is super clean. It is just a GX100 NA auto car, but it's got super low miles, super clean. I've been daily driving it after work for the last week or so. And then this is SV Performance. So for those of you that don't know or not in the Portland area, I'll just briefly explain. SV Performance, which is Oscar's shop that I've been working with since I started drifting, a really well-known, reputable drift shop here in the Portland area. For the last couple of years they were open, they had a shop that was kind of big, and they actually split it with Trenton from White Plate Imports. Well, that was a big drama fest, and that relationship broke up, and White Plate kind of went down the toilet, and Trenton fell off the map. So when they broke up, Oscar couldn't stay in that huge shop on his own, so he actually decided just to work out of his house for a couple years until he could come up with a good game plan to either buy a house with a shop to work out of, or to get another shop space that would make sense to continue that stuff. So for now, those two cars are just stored here until he can get done with other projects and then rotate them into his house. Also, if you guys remember, I had a brand new Tundra a few months ago. That was my kind of midlife crisis purchase because I'd never had a new vehicle before, but also just my tow truck. I really do love the Tundra, but after a year of having that truck, even though I liked it, I couldn't justify having that much money tied into a vehicle that I rarely ever drive. So I did go ahead and get rid of it when I sold the purple Skyline, and just bought another older one, which is what I had before that. So this is a 2010 Crew Max 4x4, came with a canopy. I don't really like canopies, so I went ahead and just put wheels and tires on it, and it's a great truck. And then this is our family boat. It's a 2001 MB. Yeah, I'm not really a boat guy, but my wife is, so happy wife, happy life. Bust out another 1,000, I guess. It's a great boat. We got a good deal on it, and I just had to do some work to it, like fix the automatic ballasts and just do some tune-up stuff on the motor, and it works great. Teaching the kids how to surf is fun. We go on camping trips to Lake Shasta and stuff, which are a good time. So yeah, we're boat owners as well. Honestly, I don't even know if I showed you guys Jessica's daily, but I'll just show it to you again if I did. 2024 Acura Integra. So last year I got the new Tundra, and I felt bad that I was making her daily drive old Mark IIs and Chasers and all these random cars that I was buying and selling. So I figured it was finally time to get her something that she can call hers and not have to worry about me selling, because as you can see, I don't mind even selling new vehicles. Went back and forth on what she wanted. Basically wanted something really good on gas, had enough space for our family of 4, was obviously nice to drive and nice to look at. And one of her big things was stick shift. So we kind of narrowed it down to like the new Civic, the new Integra, and I was leaning towards the new Prius. I'm not an electric car guy, and she hates electric cars, but I really like the styling of the new one, but we just couldn't do it. So it was pretty much between the new Civic and the new Integra, and it was really hard to find a new Civic that came with the turbo motor and the 6-speed, but it was a lot easier to find the Integra with those options, and the Integra looks a lot nicer, and it's not like, oh hey, there's another Civic driving down the road, you know. So it is a lot nicer, although I do understand it's basically a glorified Civic, but it is very nice. If you drive them both and sit in both and look at both, this one's clearly made a lot nicer. So like I said, it is a 2024 Integra. You have to get the A spec to get the 6-speed turbo model. And I haven't done much to it yet, but I did do eye-box springs and wheel spacers just to kind of flush them out and give it a lot better stance. I am trying to convince Jessica to take it to the ORP event next month. It's a blast to drive. I mean, it gets up and goes pretty well. So we'll see. I'm working on her. I'd like to take the R34 and have her take this, and instead of drifting that event, just hang out, watch the drifting, go for some ride-alongs, and then when they switch over to the time attack times, it'd be fun for Jessica and I just to take out a couple cars that are fun and cool and just have a good time. But we'll see. Stay tuned for that if it happens. Just to let all you guys know too, I did talk to Chris from Pat's Acres a couple days ago and got a quick update on what's going on. So as of right now, they have a court date for early July to basically submit everything to get the venue re-permitted or classified as a racetrack. So once they submit all that stuff, the county basically has 30 days to say yes or no. If that goes through, then they will be back open. If that doesn't go through, it might not be looking so good. I know a lot of people have reached out to me personally, as well as Chris, and asked if there's anything they could do or petition or show up to the court date or whatever, but it's not going to be that kind of a court date. It's going to be more like a lawyer shows up with all the paperwork and documents and just turns it in, and then they wait 30 days type of thing. So hopefully that goes well. We're really pulling for the track for PARC to reopen for drifting. It's literally 15 minutes through country roads from here to get there. So we definitely miss it, and we're hoping for the best. I will keep you guys updated once that decision is made. We'll just go from there. Like always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever if you feel like it. Just doing this for fun. The next couple videos should be a little more entertaining. I have a few cars showing up from Japan still, and also the Villains VIP event next weekend should be a riot. I don't really know how to describe it except to say it's going to be a final bout type event. VIP stands for Villains Invitation Project. They did one 10 years ago, so this is kind of the 10th anniversary. So they're doing another one. So it's teams only, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. We'll see who shows up. A lot of people in the Pacific Northwest with nice cars don't particularly go to Villains very often in fear of, well, the obvious, crashing them into the walls. So I'm kind of excited just to see who shows up and drive with a bunch of guys that I would normally drive with at Spirit Peaks or Pat's Acres, but at Villains. So stay tuned for those videos, and I'll see you later.